Hi, I'm Anthony Carrascosa, and joining me today is founder and CEO Tom Kirkham of Kirkham Iron Tech. Right. Now, I've got another pretty popular question, but what factors should be considered when selecting an IT service provider to ensure fit for your specific business?
Okay, generally speaking, I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with I'm probably going to upset some people out there. Not I'm gonna upset some IT people out there, so-called MSPs. Generally speaking, you can divide an IT service provider into two camps, and it revolves around how do they price their products and services. There's a class of companies and a class of service that's provided that's known as break fix, or you may know it as time and materials, but it's basically you pay them by the hour to fix what's wrong. It is not proactive management of IT devices. To maximize your return on investment, you need proactive management. You want to stop the problems before they occur, like replacing equipment when it's hit its useful lifespan. Don't wait until it crashes, right? The hard drive goes out, the screen goes black, or whatever. Let's get proactive about it. And then there's many more things that go into it. With a break fix arrangement, uh, there's no incentive there to do proactive stuff, no matter what they're telling you. If you're paying them by the hour, there's chances your backups aren't going to be monitored. Chances are they're not going to monitor your assets. Asset management's very important, and advise you of when things need to be replaced or when there's a better system, like when we replaced all of our Macs when the Apple M chip came out. Well, the performance is just like remarkable over the Intel chipset. We replaced them all, made sure everybody had an M series Mac, and because we understand what the productivity impacts are, and you can quantify it, right? You know what everybody makes, and if you get a 10 or 20% productivity boost, you know, just do the math on it. But anyway, getting back to the two kinds of IT service providers. So you got the break fix service and or company. The other side is a managed service provider. Um, that's generally speaking, that's a company that provides, based upon a good assessment, they provide many different services to your company. It should include proactive IT management, not just saying the words, but actually doing it. And their objectives are aligned with yours. So in a pure play MSP, that's all they do. That's the only clients they take on that pay them a monthly fee to properly manage their IT and cybersecurity um, defense systems. If they are pure play, there's no limit, right, on help desk and things like that. It's all in. You can budget for it. You can plan on the expenditure month after month after month, year after year, like many of our clients have been with us long, many years. uh it puts you on the same playing field, because these companies like us that do this, that's all we do is MSP, no break fix. And I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. That's probably going to be the one that angers some people. Um, our objectives are aligned with our clients. We are more profitable the more successful and more profitable we make our clients, right? We don't get paid more for prolonging problems. I'm not saying companies do that, but it if you're on the meter and they happen to encounter a problem they don't have enough experience with, that meter's going to run until they figure it out, right? It's not like that with us. The fewer problems our clients have, the zero intrusions that we've been able to do for years now that our clients enjoy, it makes us more profitable as a company, so that we're aligned with our clients. There's nothing that, we don't, yeah, do we want to sell them more stuff? Yeah, we do, if it's right, if they need it. If it fits in and we can justify it from either return on investment or lower their risk profile. Now, between those two extremes, there's this hybrid company, and they vary between, they pre-sell block hours, which is really just a discounted break fix rate. But if you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing. I'm not crazy about it. I don't really see too many people doing it anymore. The ones that I see still doing it were doing it 30 years ago. So these are typically, that's what they started out with, before there was a such thing as a managed service provider. But some companies try to do break fix and managed services and fix iPhone screens and Androids and do home service, and then try to pretend that they can take care of a company that's got 100 endpoints properly, proactively, all doing this all at the same time. And we transitioned from primarily a break fix to we were all in on managed services. And at the time, I think we had like 500-600 customers, right, that have spent money with us over the years, and we'd see them every time there was something broken. The server crashed and all of that. But when we started doing managed services, it's real risky for a company. It's very unnerving to switch from break fix to pure play MSP, because instead of having 500 clients, we went down to like 30 something. And that's scary. That's really, really scary. Your eggs are all of a sudden in one little bitty basket, and you had this huge basket before. And so during that transition period, and it really only lasted about 6 months, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But during that transition period, it was really scary, like I said, but we had predictable monthly recurring revenue. And that's one of the most important metrics for a all-in pure play MSP. It's your life. Everything revolves around monthly recurring revenue. Your staffing decisions, your marketing decisions, your production, your help desk, all of your staffing revolves around that. So it gives us predictable income. The client has a predictable bill, and it's just great for everybody. Now, here's the other problem, or another problem, with companies that try to do both. Okay. Over the years, we've had customers that treated IT investing as an expense. They would run their stuff into the ground. We would recommend, hey, this server's 5-6 years old. It's time to replace it. How much is a new one? It's $8,000 plus another, whatever, $3,000 or $4,000 to deploy it, because you have to migrate stuff and configure. It's a lot of work. So that's pretty typical, maybe 5,000. It just depends. And they put off the decision. They're a break fix customer, and time goes on. And then a couple of years later, server has a catastrophic failure. We've got an emergency. We have a crisis. Hard drives failed, whatever. That possible data loss. They're break fix customers, so they weren't paying us to monitor their backups. We don't even know if they have a backup. And they expect us to pull people off of clients that pay us month in and month out to be there and proactively manage their network. I'm not sure if ethical is the right word. I know that's going to hit some people wrong, but to me, it's unethical. It's not in the client's best interest, right? Why am I going to pull people off of our obligations to our clients that pay us day in and day out to take care of somebody that didn't listen to us when we advised them they need to start replacing equipment? That's not our fault. That's their lack of good management, good leadership, and lack of planning, and not treating IT as an investment. So I would say, if you're considering an IT cybersecurity company, um, for truly managing your IT stuff, and you want to make sure it stays up and running, and you and do all the right things, get that maximum ROI and maximum security that you need, do not choose a company that does both. That would be the very first thing I would ask. And I'm not saying that. I hope that you realize, those of you that are watching, I hope that you realize I'm not saying that because we don't do break fix. We did it for years. And when we went through the transition, I quickly saw that this is not right. We had that example. The customer that spent money with us begrudgingly would not take our advice and then expected us to drop everything for a 5 alarm fire when our advice proved out to be true. And now they've got a crisis on their hands. Disaster recovery and all of these other things. That's very, very expensive. It's much more expensive to do that kind of work than it would have been if they just simply replaced the equipment. And I couldn't do it anymore. And everybody else, Matt was there when we went through this. Matt's a president of the company, and he said, "Oh, absolutely, I see where you're coming from. We're just gonna stop doing break fix and stop doing. We never did do phones, but we're going to stop doing, these computers that people drop off because they were building it themselves. And, that's, I don't even get me on that tangent. That's another place, another time for building your own computer. If you're a hobbyist and you're into it, more power to you. If you're a business, you have no business having a computer built unless you have a very particular special need. You don't want a custom car, a custom hand-built car to drive every day. You want something reliable, goes down the road, it's comfortable, gets good gas mileage. I'm a big fan of Lexus and Toyotas, but there's a lot of really well-made cars out there. You're not going to put up with a Ferrari as good as they've become lately. You're not going to put up with a Ferrari's temperamental problems on a daily basis if you just need an appliance to get you to and from work and to drive on trips and things like that. At any rate, that's my deal on break fix. Down below this video, feel free to flame me. I understand that I'm going to ruffle some feathers, or you can send a contact to me and explain to me how it works wonderfully for your company doing both. I'd love to hear it. And if you've made it work and you're not sacrificing your service to those clients that are paying you day in and day out, I'd love to hear about it. But I've never been able to figure it out, and we're never going to do that.